Yes. So this is our vaccination setup. We have all our requirements here. This is our vaccination box. The rabies vaccination needs to be kept cold. So these are ice boxes that we have, and these are the syringes with the vaccine. So each vial contains 10 doses. So we need to load 10 doses at a time, so they are loaded and kept ready. When the owners come with their dog, they are injected, and after the vaccination is done, we give them these vaccination record cards where the owner's name is written, their address, the dog's name, the sex, and dog's breed and color, and we write the date given, the rabies batch number sticker, and then the next due date. So owners need to be responsible for these cards, especially when we have been going door to door before. Many owners say that they don't have the cards that we have that we've given them previously. So if owners keep these cards safely, if their dog happens to bite somebody, they have proof that their dog has been vaccinated. They can show when their dog was vaccinated last, when their dog is due for the next vaccine. So that's the record card that we have. But we are doing only rabies vaccination now. For dogs, they need another vaccination, that is the antiviral vaccination, 7-in-1, 9-in-1 for distemper or parvovirus for the other viruses. So we are giving only rabies vaccination, and here there is a little brief information for the owners. So they should get their dogs vaccinated against distemper, parvo, lepto, all the other viruses as well, and that has to be done privately because that vaccine is expensive. And we have a rabies hotline cards also that we are giving out to owners. This number is actually for reporting any rabid dogs. If dogs show symptoms of rabies, salivating, biting, aggressive, all that. And then here behind our card there's a little brief information. What do you do if a dog bites you? So it's just a little first aid information that we have here. So that's it.
What is registered?
No, this is just not taking. No.
Yeah, so we have, I am Dr. Marvin Lopish, Deputy Director, Animal Husbandry, and also Nodal Officer for Mission Rabies. From 2015, Animal Husbandry has signed an MOU with Mission Rabies, and for the last 7 years, we have been doing extensive vaccination of dogs in Goa, and thanks to which we have achieved rabies controlled state in Goa. This is the first state in India where we have achieved this rabies controlled status. No other state in India has achieved this. So Goa is basically setting the trend on control of rabies, and all authorities from all over India are contacting Animal Husbandry Department to find out how we managed to do this. So this was done by mass vaccination of all dogs, be owner dogs or street dogs. And now that we have achieved this rabies control status, we have another problem. The neighboring states of Goa, that is the Karnataka and Maharashtra, are endemic for rabies. So there is constant incursions of the rabies virus into Goa. For this reason, the 4 neighboring talukas, that is Perne, Satari, Bicholi and Kankon, we continue doing door-to-door vaccination, and the inner talukas of Bardes, Ponda and Salset and the remaining, we have stopped door to door and we are doing static point vaccination. Static point vaccination, right now we are organizing camps in every panchayat in Goa and providing free vaccination of rabies again for dogs. My
How many dogs you are expecting? The response you are expecting?
Already we have vaccinated about 10 dogs, I think, but this is a full day program, so people will keep coming. So there should be around 200 or 300 vaccinations in each static point.
How you got on this vaccination?
Vaccination.
Find the dog because they say you have to watch the dog for some time, and the dog wouldn't be found. It was a stray dog in the market. And then I remember my grandmother virtually howling and saying that those injections they were giving her on the stomach at that time, I don't know what's the treatment today, but I think 14 injections or something like that, and they were very painful, she told me. So why should we have to undergo this thing if we can do a little bit of prevention? And that we love our pets. When I went around campaigning, I don't know if you may have seen some of the photographs, I don't know, except for one dog who was so nice and suddenly bit me. Suddenly bit me. But when I had the pant, so nothing, my pant didn't tear, I didn't get a real bite, but actually he caught my leg. But any other place which I went, the dogs were so affectionate, and often the dogs know that you are a dog lover. They smell you, they smell probably your clothes, and they know you have a dog, and they come and sniff you all the time. Sometimes even that affectionate licking, which can be very dangerous, because if you have a scratch or a wound, then it can penetrate. So this kind of deadly kind of method in which you can get rabies can prove to be fatal. So I still say that please take prevention better than going for the cure. I have seen about this static point vaccination, but I'm going to request you and the team, and I'm going to request the government of Goa, please continue the door-to-door vaccination. You have made us Goans lazy, and I think people are not going to come forward that easily. It will take effort, time, vehicle, there's a lot of problems for statistics, logistics. So I think all this will be a problem, and once you made accustomed somebody to eating some good cheese, they will not eat bad cheese thereafter. So once you have accustomed them to having the rabies vaccination at the door, I think please continue. Try to see at least maybe ward-wise if you can give it at some near point. Maybe you can't visit every house. So they will walk their pets there and get the vaccine and go back. So this is one suggestion I could make. And I thank you all for organizing this. Dr. Stacy has come. So also for her coordination and for all the efforts in doing this and keeping us updated. And I wish the team all success, because I know you all are doing across the state and in your endeavors. And if there's anything else I can do to help you all, I will not hesitate to come forward. Thank you very much.
Good morning, myself Keenan Vaz. I'm the Mission Rabies Team Supervisor. We are gathered here today for the inaugural function of the Static Point vaccination campaign at Aldona Panchayat. Similarly, we have got 7 other locations at various other panchayats today, and for Bardesh Taluka it is going to carry on for the next few days. We have completed we've completed a lot of other panchayats in the 7 interior talukas of Goa, and we are doing door-to-door vaccination and stray dog vaccination for the 5 border talukas around Goa. And we are having this vaccination static point vaccination campaign only for the 7 interior talukas, because Goa has been declared as a rabies control area. So there haven't been any rabid dogs found in these talukas. So similarly, there haven't been any human deaths from rabies.
So what is your appeal to people?
Sorry?
What is the appeal to your people?
So we would like to inform all the locals from these 7 talukas, interior talukas in the state, to use this opportunity of getting their dogs to these points, because we've stopped going door to door. We are still giving them the benefit of these campaigns, setting up at one point, at a static point, and all the owners come to this one point to get their dogs vaccinated.
How important it is for vaccination?
So just like the MLA advocate Carlos Ferreira said before, it's prevention is better than cure. So it's good that dogs are vaccinated before, instead of them being instead of them biting people and then people taking vaccinations, which is even more painful. So that's it.
Clearly expressed, and very clearly it was a message to the public that what exactly is the thing and what is the status we have achieved. So thank you so much, sir, for doing this for us. And then I request Dr. Marvin Lopez.
Hello, good morning. Again, Honorable MLA of Aldona constituency, Advocate Carlos Ferreira, and the whole Mission Rabies team. First of all, I must compliment all the organizers for choosing such a beautiful spot, which is so scenic. You can get a full view, and it is cool also. I only hope there will be a better response from Aldona, from all the people to bring their pets. This concept of static point vaccination will take a little time to pick up among Goans, because Goans have become used to Mission Rabies coming to their house and doing the free vaccination. So, as Dr. Murugan has said, now that Goa is a controlled state for rabies, there is no need to go door to door. So we are doing this static point vaccination mainly for people who have this impression that vaccination is very expensive, and they avoid doing the vaccination. So we have to raise this publicity that this is free vaccination at a static point, and then these people will get. The remaining people who have their own veterinarian will doing doctors by calling the doctors to their house. But I hope this takes off among people who.
And thank you, Dr. Lopez. Thank you, Dr. Pillai, and the entire team which has come on Mission Rabies, including the young students who are volunteering, and the Asagaon place which takes care of dogs and animals. When I was told about Mission Rabies and this drive, in fact, first thing I looked up the chart is whether we are having anything in our place, and there it was. And I was very happy. Many people don't think of the virus until it strikes them. And rabies is one of the virus which is preventable. And preventable because you can vaccinate your dog. The rabies is spread through the saliva of the dog, and that comes from a dog bite or a dog scratch. So, and from what I have read up, and subject to correction, about 95% of the cases are fatal. And mostly children up to the age of 15 who get affected suffer that immediate death. So it is present in all the continents of the world except Antarctica. That's what I checked up on the WHO website. And therefore it's not something which is pleasant, it is quite frightening. And it's when we go out, sometimes you see the stray dogs, or you go in the market and you get bitten, then you realize, and then the fear sets in. Sometimes people may die even of shock, not even having rabies. So therefore, it is preventable. Prevention is better than cure. So I would always suggest that people should come and get their dogs vaccinated. I will share one small personal experience with you. Many years back, this could be somewhere in the end of the 1970s or 1980s.
Thanks for their time here. Thanks, Honorable MLA, for your nice message, and also the powerful message that you put out yesterday about the importance of vaccination. Now, Goa is deemed rabies free state, and that has only been possible because of the partnership that we have had with Mission Rabies and the Department of Animal Husbandry, and most importantly, the public and the community. So, to continue to have Goa rabies free, this partnership needs to continue, and the important player in that partnership is the community and the public. Agreed that you are now used to having door-to-door vaccination happening, but the fact is that it is not a sustainable model in terms of resource-wise. So we'll have to have public come to static points and the hospitals and have their dogs vaccinated. Now, to address one point that our honorable MLA did mention is that, and also Dr. Murugan mentioned that it's not just the 5 border talukas that we do this. At WVS6, we go out and we catch dogs, we trap dogs, and we bring them for sterilization. But any dog that walks into our campus does not leave without being vaccinated. So which means about 600 dogs from the community are brought into our campus for vaccination and sterilization. So we do about 600 dogs every day, but that's only a drop in the ocean compared to the fact that there are more than 2 lakh street dogs in Goa. So the most important
Today we had the vaccination drive of anti-rabies being conducted by the Animal Husbandry Department of the Government of Goa with WWS and Mission Rabies. It's a very wonderful drive. This is a static point vaccination being administered. I have asked them whether they should continue the system of having door-to-door, because many people will not turn up because they are already accustomed into the door-to-door vaccination. Sometimes they have problems of getting vehicles or the logistical problems, or some people are old and they can't bring also people. So I have requested, even if it's not door-to-door, at least place to place, they can identify places. But the vaccine is, the rabies is a preventable virus, and because of this we are in a position to get the doses administered. It comes through the dog's saliva, and that is why we need to give the dogs vaccine. I appeal to everyone, if फकत आमचे पासत न्ही, सुण्या पासत न्ही, म्हूण मनशा पासत तूं कोण ना केन्ना तुजे सुण्यान दुसऱ्या सुण्याक रेबीज जाला आनी आमकां नाल्यार आमचे सोयऱ्याक, आमचे फॅमिली मेंबर, आमचे भुरग्यांक केन्ना घास मारले नाल्यार कितले केले जाल्यार आमकां डेंजर जातलो. So that is why this is a matter of concern where I think everyone should take this seriously. Get your dogs vaccinated regularly. Take advantage of this drive which is being done free of cost by the Government of Goa in conjunction with WWS and Mission Rabies. And I wish this team great success, and I still appeal to them to continue with their mission and try to see as much as possible whether they can implement it also door to door, at least further point to point. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable MLA, Nodal Officer and Deputy Director Dr. Marvin Lopez, respected Sarpanch and Deputy Sarpanch of Aldona Panchayat, and Mr. Mohan, General Manager Hicks, and my own team, Mission Rabies team, and also we have the Goa Institute of Management volunteering students. Thank you very much for coming for this starting event. And this is actually the static point vaccination campaign which is going on for the last 1 month, for the reason that this vaccination which helped us to go for the rabies-free Goa status has been stopped in 7 talukas for the reason that we have achieved 1 stage. So we have to now train the pet owners to come to the hospitals or the centers every year to get their dogs vaccinated. Earlier they were coming to the door to door. We were doing it door to door.
That the public and the community need to have a behavior change. They have to bring their dogs in to have them vaccinated at starting point of hospitals and centers like WVS6. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we can have a vaccination. Please come. Go ahead. Don't keep the dog restless. Come. Let them get it directly. Come. थोड़ा कुत्ते को still we are continuing this vaccination door to door in 5 border talukas. So this static point is applicable only for the interior talukas where there is no the rabies virus infiltration. So that is the idea. So this is consideration of the government to think about it.
I think the mentality in the government is a little old-fashioned. It doesn't mean those dogs are growing older. We have new dogs coming. So rabies can come there also.
And people who are coming from other states also can bring virus with them. So they affect also possible. So thank you so much for the honorable MLA. And how about the
Point.
How important is
Vaccination. Yeah, rabies is a controllable disease, but it is a deadly disease. So once you get rabies, there is no escape. It is fatal. So the only way is to vaccinate and prevent. So and the best way to control rabies is to vaccinate dogs. So that's the reason why we are focusing on dogs. And we have not had a single case of rabies in human beings for the last 4 years. Not a single case reported. Whereas before we started this program, there were 17 cases in humans. And there was this ID hospital in Ponda where a person diagnosed with rabies would be kept till the end.
It is a big population today. There is a lot of dog feeders in Goa, and we can take their help not only to do vaccination but also do sterilization. Dog population is increasing a lot. Dog maintenance is increasing a lot. There is a lot of nuisance, so we have to control dog population also. So with these few words, I hand over the mic to our honorable guest, Advocate Carlos Pereira. Yeah, your name?
My name is Mitzi Baj Prengeja and I stay in Mutpa, Orali. Okay, earlier I used to stay in Maksa, and last year I have given the rabies vaccine to all my pets at Karaswata Veterinary Hospital. Excuse me. Okay, and since I knew that they were due now, so I was a bit worried when the vaccination will be. But anyway, I came to know about it and I brought her here today for her vaccination.
I also request Dr. Murugan to make some arrangement for pseudo-owned dogs. Just now one lady had come, I don't know whether she's around. She's gone. She came to request me that she's feeding a dog, but she cannot bring that dog here. It is a pseudo-owned dog. Means she just feeds the dog. So we could identify such people for the static point vaccination and we could have them out. Because I feel that the real owners
will be able to give lots of data. Even the dog data also we are also